People start taking your presence for granted. Start showing them what it's like when you gone for good. Gracefully exit stage left. You don't gotta go back and forth with them. No. Just okay, bet. Adios. People think you leaving their life has to be this whole explosive episode when it really don't. I could collectively, calmly just okay and just scoot doop out of here. When people start playing like your life is a revolving door, you show them where the door is at and you let them stay gone. Sometimes you gotta give people what they want. They want to go out there and explore, or they don't want to be here no more. You okay, and when they go, you lock the door, you change the key, you change the passcode, and you shut that whole thing down. There's no return. We not doing no reruns, okay? Who's indecisive about you, that's an insult. Anybody who's here for one day, you don't hear from them for 5 days, they show their face, they got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. No. People who are supposed to be in your life, it's not going to be this whole big back and forth as to if you want to be here or not. They'll stay, and if they don't, have people in your life who are as sure about you as you are about them. Things need to be mutual. Things need to be, I'm here, you're here, we good. Not they here, you here, they there. No.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
So I did a video earlier where I cried, and I don't like to cry, so I'm not going to post it. But I was basically talking about how I'm the younger sibling, and I feel like in some family relationships, you have a selfless person and you have a more selfish person. And I do not have a family. I do not have kids. I own a boutique, and my sister has gladly taken lots of clothes from me for free. She never pays for anything. I babysit her kids for free all the time. I just did a painting for her that I would sell probably for a lot of money for free. She didn't pay me for material costs or anything like that. You know, I'm a pretty great sister to have. I went and got balloons early in the morning for her so that she didn't have to do it because she was so stressed out for her son's birthday party. And I ended up FaceTiming her and just asking her, because this weekend I have plans to try to promote my art business and see if I can be put in some stores down in a different state. And I have coverage except for 3 hours. And all I asked was if she could work 3 hours in my store. The way she responded was just it was kind of appalling in a way, and I'm not gonna lie, like, it makes me second guess everything I've done for her. I don't ask for anything ever. I'm not blaming her. I have just realized that I just don't need to do as much as I do for her. I am the type of person where if you're struggling, I'm going to try to take more weight off your shoulder to help you out. And I've realized she's just not that person. And I can't expect her to want to do the same for me. But again, it has now made me realize that I've given her way too much leeway and she takes me for granted. So I am not going to babysit anymore for free. I am not going to make her life easier if she asks for it. Even when she doesn't ask for it, I'm not going to do it. Because I normally will do little things just to help her out. And I'm also not going to offer her free clothes anymore. I think sometimes we have to stand up to those who do not appreciate us and finally make a stand. And I think this was my turning point, to the point where I was shocked. I was really shocked. She wouldn't even let me finish my sentence asking for what I needed. She just basically shut me down without me even allowing me to talk more about what exactly I needed or was asking her. So don't let those take you for granted.
I just had the best conversation with my kid. So I'm going away in a couple weeks, and I was like, wow, can you believe I'm going away in 3 weeks? He's like, how long are you going to be gone for? And I said, 2 weeks, which is the longest I've ever been away from my kids. And he's like, oh man, that's a long time. I go, dude, who's going to make ice cubes? Like, who's going to make ice cubes? He's like, oh, that's right. He's like, it's going to be like an ice cubeless house. And then he's like, man, like, we're going to be forced to put our dishes in the dishwasher because their dad is going to stay with them. And I was like, and, like, clean off the table. He's like, oh, God, that's going to be a really tough 2 weeks. Maybe then they will learn to appreciate me. All right, so all the parents out there who are unappreciated, go away for a couple weeks, and then they're going to see how much you do for them. And so I'm hoping when I come back, like the love is just going to be, yeah. And then I'm hoping that they're still going to like make their own ice cubes and, you know, put their dishes in the dishwasher. Fingers crossed.
I think that a lot of times we take moms for granted, like way too much. I think that we should start to really appreciate those in our lives that actually add immense value and plan something very special for a person like that, because they actually deserve it. Why do we as humans always give a lot less to those who actually give us the world? And yet we give the world to those who give us so little. Why is it backwards? I don't understand that about human behavior. It's very strange to me.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Friday. So I'm on inside today because it's going to be a little bit rainy today. So today I am covering a topic suggested from a dedicated follower. And this topic is how to cope with being taken for granted. So let's jump right into this. Have you ever been taken for granted? I mean, seriously, like, I'm sure there has been people you have poured time, effort, energy, late nights, early mornings, long conversations. You have given your heart, your soul, you know, you have poured so much energy into this relationship. And so what's happening? Why are you getting taken for granted? Why is this person feeling like you're replaceable? The reason why people usually feel like you're replaceable is because you're doing what no one would do. And so their confidence builds up. Yeah. See, you build their confidence up and they believe in themselves. And they believe in themselves to the point where they're like, oh, well, I can do anything, or I can find another you. That's not true. Because what you did, you were there when no one believed in it. You were there when no one cared. You were there when there was no one else to talk to. So how do you shake this feeling of being taken for granted? How do you know when the relationship honestly is just, it's over? You know, because you start questioning your own value. You start questioning what you give. And despite how many conversations you have, despite how many times this person says, I'm not going to treat you like that, they can't help it. You're the person that they love, envy, they're jealous of, and they hate. And the reason why they feel this way is because they can't give what you give to themselves. They'll never be able to do it. That love, that sincerity, that sacrifice, they would never do it. And so what happens when you're at this space in the relationship where you're tired? I mean, you are dead tired. You're tired of trying. You're tired of forgiving. You're tired of crying. And you're tired of finding excuses for them. And that's a tendency that when you are empathetic or a good-hearted person, or you find a person that you build a connection with, that's a tendency that we all have. We crave more. We crave to be more for this person. And so we find excuses. We find ways. We say, hey, you know what? I want to be there for you more. I want to love you more. Why won't you let me? Because they don't like you. And they don't like you because they don't like themselves. But the difference between you and them is that you see the good in them. They don't see that. What they see, or what they feel, I should say, is what's missing. Is what they'll never be able to get back for themselves. And so most times with people, when they're at a space in their life where they've been taken for granted, they project that back onto other people, especially when they get an opportunity to do so. Or they find ways to belittle you, or to challenge you, or to make you feel less than. Sometimes with people, they don't notice that they're treating you bad. They just don't. They don't notice that behind every word that they're saying is emotions wrapped in a dagger. When we speak, we're not just speaking. It's coming from a place, a genuine, loving, heartfelt, emotional, sensitive place where no matter what word you say, honesty will come through. The truth will come through. The true emotions will come through. And so you have this person. You're doing everything you can. You're giving your time, your energy. And they always say words that hurt. They always do things that make you feel as if though you wasted your time. I've been there. I've poured years, let me say this again, years and years into people. Just to have it be at a place where the value of my effort is still questioned. The appreciation of the love and concern that I gave is still in question. See, the one thing about it is when you're taken for granted, you don't realize it. You don't realize it until you're at this place and you're like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of trying. I'm tired of caring. I'm tired of giving from a place that's genuine. I'm tired of suppressing my own feelings and emotions to make you feel better so that we can maintain this quote unquote thing we call a relationship or a friendship or whatever you want to call it.
He actually made some very good points in this video. And at a point, if you are taken for granted over a long period of time, you feel a certain type of way. You feel like you are less than, you feel inadequate, you feel unloved, you feel tired overall. Other people are not showing you that you are of value and they really appreciate you. And if you do a lot for people and they do not see your value in every single thing that you do for them, they are complacent. They are used to what you do. And so you have to do less so that they can expect less. You do the bare minimum.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let's continue the video.
As I turn 51, this is who I'm going to become. If you hurt me, if you do something to me, because I know myself and I trust myself and I trust my character and I trust what I say and I trust that my word is my bond and I trust the kind of person that I am. If you do something to me that is malicious, something that tells me you are not a good friend, something that is dangerous, I'm gonna cut you off with no questions asked. I know I'm that friend with all the grace and all the forgiveness in my heart, but I'm realizing, first of all, other people don't have that. Other people don't have that for you when you mess up. And secondly, there's people on this planet that actually hurt people intentionally. Like, they're not hurting you out of a reaction or like a jerk. Nah, they're bad.
Just be more selfish. Just be more selfish. If you were to ask anybody who's more attractive, the selfish person or the selfless person, I guarantee people would want to be in a relationship with the selfless person. But do you know the selfless person, how they feel in a relationship, is taken for granted, unseen, unheard, and unappreciated. Needs are not getting met. Selfish person needs are always getting met. Be more selfish. If you are a selfless person and you do need help being more selfish, let me help you. It's about you. It's just about you. So you just tolerate less and command a little bit more. That's it. It's about you. You are number one. Does it suit you? Does it please you? Do you want to do that? Is that your preference? You just ask yourself those things, do I want to do that? do I want to eat that? Do I want to cook that? Do I want to go there? Do I want to see that person? And if you don't, you don't. And you make your own plans. Selfless, like, and yeah, will it cause rows? Probably. Because they're so used to this selfless version of you. So when you start acting like something else, yeah, it's not going to be met with like, good for you, babe. No, it won't, obviously. But you're selfish now. You don't care.
So I hear a lot on this app about why do men, after a period of time being with their significant other, do they start treating her common, treating her, not so good, treating her poorly, being neglectful, right? And it's simple. Familiarity. It's because they become familiar. And we all do it. As women, we do it as well. And it's just the nature of the beast. It's human nature. We tend to neglect or mistreat things that we've become familiar with, things that we've become accustomed to or common. So this is why it's important to maintain your individuality when you get into a relationship. What I mean by that is, if you had hobbies before you met him or her, continue. If you had certain things that you like to do, or you pamper yourself, or things that you like to do as an individual. Now, clearly, I'm not talking about things that would jeopardize your relationship, things that are not wise. But it's so good to maintain your individuality, and, where you're able to not sit up under each other 24/7, because this breeds contempt. Let me prove this to you, right? It reminds me of food. Food is something that we need, right, for survival. But what happens when you have too much to eat? You become full. And then what happens when food is there in abundance? People become gluttonous, and then they become wasteful, right? So what happens when you become full? Well, usually what tends to happen is most people say, no, they need to take a break. Why? So their food can digest, have a chance to empty out before they can put more food in. They need time away from the food. Okay. And this is kind of how relationships need to be. This is why women shouldn't get so upset when a man wants to take some time to himself, like, play ball or watch a game, or, go to Home Depot. I don't know what men do in their spare time, but, of course, like I said, everything within reason, right? Or if he says, I just want some time alone, that's not for a woman to take it personal, because now you're being selfish and manipulative, right? But we all as humans need time to digress. And yes, when you are married, you still need time to digress as an individual, time apart from your mate. Even Jesus had to get away from his disciples, right? It's not because you don't love your partner. Jesus didn't want to get away because he didn't love his disciples or his mission. It was he needed that alone time. So I just feel that if both parties have a healthy relationship, then both parties, her and him or him and her, should have their own hobbies, things that they like to do individually, so that, as they say, time makes the heart grow fonder. But, I'm not saying days and weeks, but you know what I mean? Just maintain a certain level of individuality, because it just makes for a healthier relationship. Like I said, you be around food too often and you just constantly, you're bound to waste it, you know what I mean? So take a break, come back together. Yeah. And always ask God to just, make your relationship fresh, and ask for ways to do that. Holy Spirit, how can I maintain the freshness, right, of my relationship? And he'll give you creative ways to make your relationship feel new, make it feel fresh. So that's my insight. What do you all think? Heard this video, share it with those that you feel it might benefit, and let's get in the comments and talk about it.
As for me, when I enter anybody's life, I add immense value to their life. They know that I am there for them, that I actually care about them and things like that. But the thing is, if they don't show me that they care about me too, I'm going to cut off that relationship. Love is a two-way street. At the end of the day, if a person does a lot for you, do not be ungrateful. Show them love back too. Help them out too. Spend money on them too. Spend time with them too. Like, I don't know how some people can just be so selfish all the time. And they don't even feel indebted to that person. All they want is to just receive stuff from you. They never want to give. And even if they do give, it's the bare minimum. They barely do it. They barely try. They barely do things for you. And a lot of the times they are finding ways to just ask you for even more things. Ask you for more help. Ask you for more time. Ask you for more money. All they know how to do is just ask people for stuff and expect people to help them. Expect people to give them stuff. But on the other hand, they never give anything in return. And if they do, it's not enough. If I do see this type of behavior, all I will do is just pull back. My love, my time, funding, energy, and things like that. And I match your energy. If you're really good to me, trust me, I'll be really good to you. If you barely put in effort with me, I'll barely put in effort with you. And that's on GP.
I'm at the point now where I'm so frustrated in the lack of, now I don't need to be acknowledged of being a good mother because I do this thing in my sleep and I pride myself on trying my best to be the best mother that I can. But when it comes to co-parenting and co-parenting with somebody that's just like irrational, it's just like you want to have like, you want to maintain your mental health. So you try to like, you know, give them thousands of chances and grace, but it's just like nothing that you do to show them that, you know, you're there for them, not in that way, but because that you're there for them. You want them to have a relationship with their child and that you understand, but you still kind of get like shitted on a little bit. Like you still trying to get the essy end of the stick, and you still get looked at from him in this bad view when all you have done since your child has been born has been trying to be a helping hand and trying to be understanding. But because certain things may not be going on in their life, it's just like they get upset at you because of what they're lacking in life, and because maybe you have been elevating and working hard for the things that you have. They just look at the surface stuff. They look at the materialistic stuff that you have and think that you didn't struggle, that you don't still struggle, and think that like your life is so easy and theirs isn't. I don't bear my struggle on me, but on the inside, like I be crying myself to sleep. I be going through it raising my son. But to his father, it's just like, you got it easy. I'm the one that got, no, I do not. I freaking don't. Like, I'm so frustrated right now. And it's just like, it's kind of heartbreaking because it's just like, damn, like I really try to give this person grace. I don't talk bad about them. I may get mad and disagree with some things that they do, but I don't talk bad about them. I used to talk very highly of their parenting and of them being a father, but it's just like, that is just never, I don't have to tell you that, but it just always goes unseen. And it's something that I'm just getting so frustrated about. And it's ridiculous. Like, us mothers do, unless you just like a deadbeat mother, because there are deadbeat mothers, like we do so much from the time we look at that pee stick and our body goes through all these changes. It's just like these men just take us for granted when it comes to raising their child when they can't be there. Like, step it up as a man and stop blaming me for your negligence. Stop blaming me for your lack of being able to be a provider. Number one, just a provider, a father. Like, we get blamed so much just because you can't do what you need to do. It's just ridiculous, and I'm tired of it. And I think it's a topic that I want to start talking about, because I be a little bit scared to talk about this topic because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to shed them in a bad light. But it's time for me to speak my story and not stop being so muted to protect other people's feelings and outlook when they don't protect mine.
Eventually, the people who are the easiest to take for granted will also be the hardest to try to replace. Yeah, you ain't gonna find too many people that gonna sit there and get used like that, or let you devalue who they are, or take them for granted. You got them type of people and you out here taking for granted, I guarantee you will never find another one like them. They special. And I hope they realize that they are special, even if they feel like they not. Even if you know you out there doing what you're supposed to and you feel like you're getting taken for granted, you are special. I like to let y'all know that all the time. Because people do take advantage of people and take people for granted, then expect to get in the world and expect everybody to do that. Now they looking stupid. Now they got somebody that's using them. Yeah, karma ain't no joke. Yeah, I bet you wish you could find another one like them, don't you? Yeah, but you can't. Ain't nobody finna deal with that nonsense with you too long. And for the person that was getting taken for granted and still was there, you an angel in disguise. Remember that. And that's a fact. I appreciate everybody that got this far on my message. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.
If someone's taking you for granted, instead of telling them all the ways in which you're amazing and what you do for them in the relationship, take a step back. People can only see your value from a distance. The closer you are to them and the more you explain your value and what you do for them in the relationship, the harder it is to see. If you are quiet and you take a step back, the person in their wonder as to what happened starts to evaluate you and the relationship differently. Constant closeness, self-explaining, makes people take you for granted. Distance allows them to experience the fear of losing you, even if you are not being distant on purpose, you're not being cold, you've just taken a step back. It is not manipulative, it is allowing them to view you for who you truly are from a distance.
This is a road, okay? We're gonna follow this road all the way down. You're gonna take a sharp left, okay? Up here, past this tree here, okay? Once you get up here, you're gonna take another sharp turn. And over here, this is where you have me fucked up at. Right here in this place.
The type of women that are never taken for granted are the ones that slightly scare the shit out of the men they date. And how do they do this? You have to understand that men are so used to women having these insane emotional reactions when they feel disrespected. They're sending a long paragraph. Why did you act that way? I thought this was real. I thought you cared about me. But the women that are treated the absolute best, they don't treat a man's disrespect as a scavenger hunt, trying to pinpoint what childhood memory has triggered him into acting this way. Women that aren't taken for granted fundamentally understand this one truth. It is the behavior that is rewarded that is going to be repeated. And so they reward disrespect with disinterest, with disgust. Have you ever looked at a man with disgust and seen how quickly his soul gets crushed? Yeah, they call back all of their emotional energy back to themselves and they pour it into themselves because those women value themselves and understand they are their own greatest investment. And so if you want to be treated well, valued, cherished, and never taken for granted, learn how to discipline and regulate your emotions. Because when you can control your responses to situations, that is when everything around you is going to start to change.
Hey everyone, don't take the people in your life for granted. There's always going to be more work, there's always going to be more movies, more TV shows, there's always going to be more things that occupy your time now, more videos, more whatever. But take time to spend with these people who are in your life, who you care about, because you never know what life is going to throw at you and what life is going to throw at them. People come and go into your life, and if they matter to you, if you really care about them, then take some time to spend with them and treasure their presence and enjoy it while it lasts.
If you're living at home after college, listen up because I did it for 2 years and I have some things to say. Many people, including probably yourself, discount the time you spend at home with your family after college. At times, I remember feeling really embarrassed, but it wasn't until halfway through the 2 years that I was living at home that someone told me, when else are you going to have this opportunity in life to live with your family and your parents like this? After you move out, for most people, that's it. You never live with your family ever again. And so when I put things into perspective, sort of like, hey, whether I'm here for 2 more months or another year, this is literally my last time living with my family like this. That's when I started being a lot more grateful for the time. And not only that, it is an extreme privilege to be able to go back home, save money, and have a family that is accepting you at home. So if you're watching this at home, ask yourself, what would it look like to actually see this season as a blessing rather than a hindrance? And how would you treat the situation knowing that it might be the last time you live with your family like this?
Quick message, guys. You know, when people be out there taking your love for granted, believe them. Believe someone when they sit there and make you feel like what you have to offer don't even have to be offered and they'll be okay. A lot of people make you feel like
everything you're doing and everything you've done for them ain't worthy, ain't enough. You know, you still ain't did nothing, you still ain't conquered nothing. And they take you for granted. They play on your heartstrings, they play with your empathy, they play with your sympathy, they just, you know, take you for granted and make you feel like this type of love that you offer comes a dime a dozen, and it does not. You can't get this love that I myself give on a day-to-day basis from just random people. You can't get that. And when people run into me, they try to stick to me. But then I also have the people that run into me that stick to me for the wrong reason. They stick to me because of who I am, because of my life, because of my energy, because of what I have to offer. And I'm not talking about no materialistic things, because, you know, although I like nice things, that's far from what I mean. That's far from what I'm talking about when I say somebody, you know, you don't run across somebody like myself often, because there's so many phony and fake people out here that's using you because they can, and not around you or being available to you because they want to. A lot of times, if you ain't doing something for someone, you realize then that they don't even really give two shits about you. They don't really even care if you coming or going, as long as you can come for them and go for them. That's all that matters. And there's a lot of people that's living in this world like that on a day-to-day basis, with the people that really out here showing real genuine love, and the people that they showing it to don't have it to offer in return, because they take you for granted. They play in your face. They treat you as if you just gonna pop up every day and they're gonna find somebody that loves you like you do, love them like you do. And it's just not possible. I'm not saying, you know, I want you to sit in sadness for the rest of your life and beat yourself up. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when you got somebody good and you let them go from your tactics and your evil ways and evil intents and things like that, you don't find them again. God don't bless you no mess twice. He don't put you in a position to win that second time around with a good person, because if he gave you the person the first time, what makes you think he want to allow you another good person and you fumble them too? It don't work like that. You had your time to grow up, be better, do better, be different. And a lot of people out here just taking people for granted because they want to. Oh, I think she's naive. I think he's, you know, vulnerable. I think he needs somebody. Oh, let me see. I think that, you know, that's the way it goes. They'll check you out, see what you're going through, see what you've been through, and then they'll use it against you. And I think that's the lowest of the low. I think that's very sick for people to operate like that. Like, you see me already down and you're going to take your feet and kick me some more. You see me already going through something, you're going to put me through something else. You see me already feeling down on myself and you're going to bring me down even more. Like, that's what people do in this world. And you got to really find genuine people and hold on to them, because they don't come around often. It's so many scandalous people in this world that treat people like scum on the bottom of their shoe, that it ain't real. It's like, how can you treat somebody like that? How can you make somebody feel so low and they already beneath feeling like their best self? How can you do that? It don't make sense to me at all. So I just want to bring that quick message to say, like, you don't find good people too often, twice. So hold on to the good ones you have and respect them. Show up for them. Be there for them. And I didn't want much. I just want to bring that quick message. Discussion.
Guys, it is extremely hard to find and replace very good, caring people. Anyone who is very caring and loving towards you, that person is very rare. Most people will not care if you live or die. Most people do not care about you like that. They may act like they care, but they don't show you that they really mess with you like that. Good people are extremely hard to find. And so if you have a very good person in your life, do not ask them for too much. Do not try and take advantage of them. Do not treat them poorly. Treat them very good. They treat you very well, you treat them very well. Put effort in your relationship with them. Do not put them on the back burner. Buy them gifts. Treat them very special as they treat you.
Very commonly with men, you hear that they were blindsided when a woman checks out of a relationship. And this is not exclusively gender specific, but follow me for a second. It's about when you take someone for granted. Let's pretend that you are 10 years old, okay, and you love Legos, and you really want this kind of pricey Lego set, and you keep begging your parents to buy it for you, and you keep pointing it out, and like, it's not that your parents don't have the money, they keep on buying you other things, and spending money on other things, but they're just not giving you this Lego set. And then years go by, and all of a sudden you're 16 years old, and lo and behold, they give you the Lego set. And they're like, here's the Lego set that you wanted. But by that point, you're like, I stopped playing with Legos like 4 years ago. Like, why are you getting them for me now? Well, it's kind of like the same thing. At a certain point, that person no longer wants those things from you. They realize that they're never going to get them. And maybe they outgrew those wants and needs, and maybe even you.
I'm going to say this and then I ain't going to say nothing else. Look here. If you are a woman who's got yourself a good man, and you that same woman that's taking that good man for granted, oh child, I mean you doing everything you think you big and bad enough to do. I mean you out there carrying on because you know you got his heart. Let me tell you something, baby. I'm going to tell you, don't you make the mistake of getting out of his heart or losing his heart. Because if you do, you ain't getting them back. You ain't getting them back. Once a man is done with you, he done with you. It ain't like a woman. See, we allow you to come back. But once a man is done with you, he all the way done. Baby, I'm going to tell you something. If you got yourself a good man, you better behave yourself. You out here with your chest stuck out, thinking you got it going on. See, and I'm going to tell you something. Single women, it's a whole lot of us out here. I mean, it's millions of women out here that's got it going on. Got their own car, got their own homes, look good, smell good, work hard, do all the things they need to do. Honey, they got it going on. You hear me? Let me tell you something. We don't like y'all. We don't like women who got good men and don't know how to treat them right and take them for granted. We don't like y'all. See, because it's almost to us like wasting food, wasting a real good meal. See, that's what it's like to us. And let me tell you something. It's a problem. It's a problem because you are blessed to have yourself somebody that loves you, that wants to be with you, that wants to do things with you, that tells you he loves you, that's by your side, baby. When you got that, let me tell you something. You are blessed. Don't you take that for granted. Don't you take that for granted and be out here carrying on with your chest stuck out because you know you got his heart. I can promise you, you ever lose his heart, you in trouble because you will never get back in his heart again, huh? And it'll be some wonderful woman out here just waiting for herself a good man like the one you take it for granted. And I'm gonna tell you something, she gonna get him. And when she get him, she gonna treat him right. And he ain't never gonna look your way. You understand me? So if you got a good one, I'm telling you right now, behave yourself. Behave yourself. Thank God. I ain't saying that as long as you a good woman too, hey, all that's good. All that's then. I ain't talking to you. But if you that little thing out here that's showing off, halfway giving them loving and divvying your loving out to them, and this, that, and the other, halfway giving them the attention, halfway cleaning the house, halfway fixing food, and I ain't saying that that's just a woman's job. I'm just saying if you are not being a partner, I know, I'm going to tell you right now, I know somebody who will. I know some women out here who will, so get your act together. I'm going to tell you something, because you are blessed if you got a man that loves you and is good to you. You understand me? Have an amazing day.
People be out here taking you for motherfucking granted and think they can find another you in 2.5 seconds. Like, and the crazy part about it is they be the main ones sitting back watching your ass, trying to figure out your every move or, you know, what you got going, who you involved with, X, Y, to the motherfucking Z. But baby, when you come across a real one can't be motherfucking touched. You can line a real one up against 20 of them hoes and they still gonna lose every motherfucking time. Like, a motherfucker like me, like, I don't even be worried about a nigga taking me for granted. Because guess what? I know that you could never find another motherfucking me. Like, it's one of a kind and it's only one me, the original. Real shit.
As for me, I've been taken for granted in the past before, and it is not a good feeling to feel. You know what I'm saying? And I have realized that Most people are not used to a person caring so much about them. And so when they actually get that and it's real, they don't know how to act or treat that person. And so they ruin the relationship by being a taker, by being a user, by being sneaky and sly, by lying, by just being a horrible friend. And when that person chooses to leave, the person who was using them is actually shocked. And it's like, why are you shocked? This person blessed your life. This person added a lot of value to your life. And the whole time you were scheming, the whole time you were using them, you were taking from them and never adding anything back in return. And at a certain point, people get tired of that stuff. People get tired of you. They get tired of being taken for granted and they leave. And as soon as that person leaves, you will never hear from them again. You'll probably never see them again. Like they're done with you. They're done with your selfishness. And they just cut you off. You can't blame them. They got nothing out of that relationship. So stop being shocked. You provided no value whatsoever. And so they left. They will not stay there and constantly be used, abused, and taken for granted. Like, it's just not going to fly.
I was being nosy walking through the street and I overhear a young couple and the guy's trying to take her bag. He's like, give me your bag, like, you know, give me your purse, let me hold it. And she's like, can you stop being annoying and walk? I want to tell you, yank her by her neck. Like, bitch. Because, like, chivalry is not alive everywhere, you feel me? So it's like, for a man to be trying to take a load off of you, trying to take your stuff, girl, you better take advantage of that now. Because there might come a day where you have to beg someone to treat you right. And you shouldn't even have to do that. You should never have to convince anyone to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. So it's like, take that chivalry and stop labeling it as annoying. Because one day you ain't gonna have that shit and you're gonna wish you had it. You're gonna wish you wasn't saying that was annoying.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.